hello, this is Bridget Raw with Divine Essentials. So I wrote this and figured I'd share it. Avoiding and anxious, what a hard way for two to be connected. Yet I'm a believer that we all have the tools, the power within to become the us we really want. Both of these souls, though outwardly a big or bit different in the approach, they both struggle with the same core wound. One is afraid to allow love close, vulnerable, soft, oh my god, gross. While the other may become very upset when realizing the one who was so close only hours before is now jumping at the seams to push out the door. It's hurtful, an insult, because what usually brought it on was intimacy in moments where the other felt so good, only to now see the results of that moment when they let down the guarded, see both of them suffer and struggle to tell the other feelings, or even verbalize what is going on inside of them. The more that one avoids, the more anxious is the other, and the other longs for a connection or a pat on the back, a little reassurance. Just tell me that you aren't off on a leave again, for who knows how long, and if they will ever be back around. It's like walking away while the heart gets ripped out. But even in agony and pain, both of them struggle to say a single thing. Maybe you can't even look at them now because you know it will not end well. Tears are filling your eyes and your throat is up in knots, wanting to scream, but all you've got are some nods and perhaps a grunt or a mm-hmm. And now they can be thinking more and more things, both projecting, both assuming the worst, pointing fingers and blaming each other. Only what if instead all of the drama, which will lead to deeper and longer time of hiding or crying, confused and broken, what if they just said, hey, I'm getting to be in a bit of a space where I'm not feeling so good, and I think I need a little bit of space. Could you accept it and calmly ground and say, okay, I'm sorry you are not feeling 100% today. And now let me go, get out of your way. I'm only a call away if you need anything. No hugs, but maybe they could agree to send a message whenever they find a little more peace. Perhaps an emoji could mean I'm open to text, and another could mean I'm not 100% yet, but I love and care about you, and I want you to be okay too. So the emoji might mean, good night, I love you. And none of this would matter unless you can allow the doubts and fears in you to calm all the way down. Trust would be huge, a factor too, so that the anxious voice doesn't spiral into big scary mountains, thinking that they are just fine, and that the message was a way to make you be silent while they do XYZ or whatever, with whoever, but without trust, without respect, without checking in and learning all of those things and that shit. Things like this are hopeless with any person. Maybe a doubt will creep in, and maybe you expect cheating. But if you do truly, it's not going to go away. Do yourself a favor and find another today. Without trust, nothing else could be built. You will need to handle your inner turmoil and let go of what was. Simply be centered in the love, in the moment. And if there is no way to undo whatever has been done, know it and allow it, and finally be over and move on with something new. Let go of the ego, the pride, or the control. Nobody belongs to anyone at all. Nobody owes anyone a thing. All you should want is genuine feelings, love stronger than pain, and to be in love with them enough to say, it's okay and I'm here. Let's start out all new. Let's be the support in the best way that we could. Let's be certain with a pat on the back or a step away, silence for a weekend, or just one night to stay. Ebb and flow, and as you go, doing the work of showing them how much you are certain and in love with them, willing to give all of these things for this person, but to also take away, to be patient and calm as you both navigate change. One day, maybe, you will find finally calm, no anxiety or avoiding is longer on play. And that is what I wrote. So if anybody out there has, dealt with that type of thing, I find a lot of times people are dealing with that. The one I had before was tired of holding everything in, tired of being afraid to speak up and be expressive of emotion, tired of the sometimes, tired of the pain, tired of the return and ran away, simply wanting a partner to be there to help, to show me that they want to put the effort to realize that we both got broken and yet both love the other. We just need to be present, soft, calm, and relaxed, hearing the other, even when they don't say a thing at all, both needing love and acceptance, presence and comfort. Yet running from one is the painful kick, and pursuing the other is the thing they can't take. So if they could just make it known in the moment, right now, it's too much, I don't want to hurt you, but it will hurt me to not. Could you understand when the runner runs? It's not a time to demand. It's a time to say, okay, I understand. I'm going to ground and I'll be off on my way. Maybe when you feel calm enough again, you could send something to say that you've now landed. And if necessary, even create the code that tells the other if a reply can be handled or just let them be without spiraling endlessly down into thoughts of fear. They only don't want the next message because they must be with her or him or doing that thing. They are going to leave me anyway, so it doesn't matter what I do or don't say. Feel your heart and stop it right now. Breathe in and breathe out. And think of the look in their eyes, the time that you were calm and grounded, maybe even with them resting right on you. They do care and they do love, but believe it or not, they're more afraid of it than losing it, really. So maybe they do or did really horrible things. Trust is necessary. Without it, you can't build anything. So trust or let them go and look for new love with someone else. Even if you think you can't, until you choose trust, it's all you've got. Don't waste their time. Don't be insane. Just say, I'm sorry, you can't help me. At the core, at the base of it, you both have inner children in need of love badly. You will only do more harm if you can't just set aside your fear and anxiety. Trust builds and it will make a powerful love. And that is it. So, I know a lot of people out there dealing with the dynamics like that, where like one person's avoiding like emotion and the other one's like, I'm anxious about it, and it's like you guys are like crazy with each other. And it's not easy to deal with, I'm sure. So if that is something that made sense for you, hopefully you could take something away from it and maybe apply it for yourself or communicate, because I know that's probably like the core issue for everybody is communicating, whether you're anxious or avoidant. It's like communicating neither one of them are comfortable speaking about emotion or feeling or what they want or like saying whatever, but like one is like, I want to cling, and the other one's like, I've got to run. So it hurts each other. But I think if you've been back and forth with that enough, you could be like, you know what, like, let's not do this anymore. Like, I really don't want to keep doing this. And it is CTPSD. So if you look into the exercises and healing that, because it's trauma from childhood, because you didn't get or receive or give or have something happen appropriately for a solid communicating back and forth between you and them. That's a problem. That's gonna keep happening. You're not gonna be like, oh, we magically fixed it, unless you do something about it, and it's gonna keep happening with everybody you meet. Like, on some level, some degree. Like, maybe there'll be somebody that's a little bit less, like, avoidant or less anxious, but it's still gonna go wrong because there's a core wound that needs to heal. So you'd want to fix that so that it stops doing that. But yeah, hopefully that assisted in your day. Namaste.